Hey guys, welcome back. If you're still there after a couple of months without any videos, cause I seem to not be able to keep my shit together. Yeah, but in this video I'm basically just gonna talk a bit about, of course, what I'm reading at the moment, what I'm gonna be doing / reading for the rest of the year, and a bit about the break, which to some extent was maybe good for me. Yeah. So I started school, as I told you. I think that was like the last video I posted or something. Starting an education in English was different than I expected. I'm so happy with my decision and I really enjoy it and there's no problems. I had just not thought about how I needed to relearn things because the terms and the subject languages, like the words for things are completely different in English. You can, for example, take chemistry. We have the chemical potassium, which has the letter K. In Danish, that is called kalium. Those are pretty different, I'd say. So there's a lot like that. I have to remember new things that have to be like switched out for the old things. And of course there's things like oxygen, that's the same thing. But there's also a lot of things that are different. And I had not expected that. I had also not expected to use so much time on homework and assignments as I do. Right now we're kind of at a low, but I've been spending a lot of time doing that. And that was not something I was expecting because last year my homework was at an all-time low because I took an extra year that wasn't really gonna get me anywhere, There wasn't a specific point to it except for getting the experience of that year, Like living with... It's kind of like college, but 1 year. If you followed the channel for a while, you might have seen my video about the Danish school system, then you would know about it. Yeah. So that took up a lot of time. I started working, and now I work about 1 to 3 times a week. So that is also a lot on top of, on top of the homework amount. And I of course still play volleyball. I do that 2 times a week and matches in the weekends sometimes. And then I am a scout, so I do that too. And I have to visit my boyfriend who lives many kilometers away, 2 hours away. We can't see each other every day, so we have to use the weekends to visit each other, which is... We went from seeing each other every day, literally living on the same school, to seeing each other pretty often during the summer break, to seeing each other maybe 3 weeks apart, 4 weeks, 5 weeks apart, which is hard, That is a big transition and I'm still kind of dealing with that. So there's been a lot of things I was not prepared for. And being me, one cancelled video turns into another, which turns into another. And here we are, 2 or 3 months later. I'm not proud of that. But at the same time, I have also been in a reading slump. During the whole break from YouTube, or booktube, whatever, I've been in a reading slump. I have not been able to find the passion or the need to read at every moment. Or like, instead of using my phone, I'm just gonna sit down with a book and just get lost. I haven't felt that. It's slowly getting back up, which is really nice. But I realized that the best way for me to get out of a reading slump is to not try, to just let it happen by itself. Because I ended up in a reading slump because I overread. I read too much and I tried to push through books that I should not try to push through. That I should just DNF, which I've done. And I took a break. I've been listening to the audiobook about bees, which I was also listening to the last time you saw me. But I have less than an hour left, so that's promising. But that's kind of the only reading I've been doing. But last month, in October, I finally thought to myself, I'm gonna pick up a book now. I'm gonna pick up a book and I'm gonna read it. Because I had the urge to read Nevermoor, The Trials of Morgan Crow by Jessica Townsend, which is on my 2021 TBR of 5 books. And I'm so excited. This is such a good book. I got it for Christmas last year because I bought the second one during summer break without owning the first one. But yeah, I am so happy I started this. I'm only 6 chapters in, which is, I'm getting off to a slow start, but I want to read in it. I actually do want to read in it, but I have to prioritize sometimes and do homework over this, and go to work and stuff. But speaking of homework, right now in English class, which is in Danish school, English is a language class, so you learn a lot about grammar and vocabulary, stuff like that. It's not a literature course, but it is now. So I'm reading a book in English. It's called About a Boy, and it's by Nick Hornby. If you remove the B, try to read what it says. We laughed a lot about that when we got the book. Cause what are we but teens, Yeah. But I'm reading this. I am pleasantly surprised. I enjoy it. There's a dual point of view, which I love. And from the beginning, I could see, okay, these characters are gonna meet at some point, and they're gonna have an effect on each other. Also, I cheated a bit and read the synopsis, which indicates it as well. And now that they have, I really, it's good. It's a genuinely good book. The characters kind of messed up people, but that's beside the point. The book is good. I'm happy about it. So I'm starting to read again, which is really nice. And my plan for the rest of the year is to obviously finish this as it's homework, and to finish Nevermoor, and hopefully I am gonna finish the sequel to Nevermoor, Wundersmith, The Callings of Morgan Crow, too, by the end of the year. And then I'm not gonna wish for any books this year except for Hollowpox, the 3rd book, because I have so many unread books. I have a huge physical TBR, which is so sad, because my goal from the beginning of the year was to reduce it. And I had a TBR of 67 books. And my TBR, or my whole book collection, is less than 200 books now, after having bought at least 30 books. It's getting big. And I don't want that to happen. I don't want it to get out of control. So I'm gonna try to not buy books for the rest of this year, and hopefully next year, unless it's something I've decided on, thought about for months. Okay, I really want to buy this book, and then after thinking about it and keep wanting it, then I'm gonna buy it. But I'm not gonna just go out, oh, this is a sale, there's a sale, buy. I'm gonna actually think about it, because I want to be better for myself, because having all of these books that are unread is starting to become overwhelming, and I don't know what to read. But at the same time, I also want to be better for the environment and not just consume and get these books that are just standing on my shelf without ever getting read. So that's the plan. Read these books, don't buy books, and be happy. But yeah, that was my video. I hope you enjoyed it. See you. Have a nice day. Keep reading. Bye.